Magical Things offers fantasy art for festival and everyday living, featuring the fine arts and craft creations of Marjorie Delaney on practical printed products such as journals, mugs, costuming, wearable art, formal wear, and accessories. We also carry a line of magical supplies, including candles, oils, herbs, and limited ritual items. All items are created in a scenic studio space in Culpeper, Virginia, and available throughout the world online, as well as at festivals and events. Magical Things offers custom creations too, such as costuming, illustrations, and more. Come visit us at magicalfantasy.com.
Hey, this is Spider from Let's Talk About the Music. Tune in on July 13th. We'll be talking to Kiss Is Kill. We'll be talking to James about the difference between being in a band and being a composer. So tune in from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific.
Well, that was some boring music.
Spike?
Come on, where's the Justin Bieber? Where's the Katy Perry? Where's the Fall Out Boy?
Noddle, you have witch powers. Turn him into a chipmunk and feed him to the owl outside.
I will do no such thing. We're here to talk about our website.
HomeCanineNeutering.com?
What?
No! InvaderPet.com, where people can check out our comic strips or locate bookstores selling bookmarks with our comics on them. So, listeners, want to see comics of me, Noddle the Witch, my pets Kaylee Cat and Spike Beagle? Go to InvaderPet.com and check us out.
Seriously, though, you guys really have a canine neutering website?
Join us here July 27th on Let's Talk About the Music for a night of musician philosophy. We'll be discussing life as a musician, playing shows, tour follies, and how music can impact the human soul. With our guests, Sean Marquette of Maximus, Sean Segura from Serial Obsession, and from Spider in the Hall, co-host Craig Houston. It all gets started Wednesday night, 8 p.m., right here on Let's Talk About the Music.
I saw her dancing with that guy again. I see he's trying, but he ain't no king. Just wait till I burn up the floor and take you on tonight. She's got that body that can free your mind. She's got the moves that can make you blind. Girl, we'll meet heaven when we are on the floor tonight. Taking it slow is like us. One life, one loving. Who's dropping the beat tonight? Who's playing the game tonight? Who's looking for love tonight? Who's looking for love tonight?
Back to that.
Let's talk about the music. I am Shows. He's Spider.
Still me.
And we are talking to King George. And if you realize we kind of changed music, this is King George's brand new project, band. So I'm going to let him explain. And it was called Perfecto, which is the song I got. And I just love the song. And so he's going to explain to us what his new project is right now. Here you go.
This project's called the Euro Theatre. So over the last Christmas or our summer, your winter, I've started piecing some songs together when King George has been in a bit of a break, and it's all influenced by the club scene, 80s music, new wave, and a lot of the songs that I've written for it are all about being in the club and trying to dance, looking for a girl and connecting and this and that. So it's been a project that all my influences from when I was really young, I have two older sisters who would be listening to a lot of 80s music. It's all just come out in this little project called the Euro Theatre, and I'm on tour at the moment for that in Australia. And I'm really excited to be doing this. It's great. So the song's called Perfecto.
Yes, and I love this music. So yeah, so when the CD comes out, I so want it.
Yeah, I've released that online on iTunes. I'm not doing a physical CD release for the Euro Theatre, but it's all on digital, all the good digital stores and streaming.
Then again, I think you sent me all of the album anyway, so I got it.
Yeah, I know. I've given you everything so far. So
yes.
Yeah. So, and actually, with the Euro, sorry.
Go ahead.
With the Euro Theatre, I actually did a tribute little YouTube song to a 80s teen movie video clip. It's called Tribute. That's not. I don't think I've sent you that. But if you go online and see, there's a song that I did there, and it's along the lines of all the 80s movies. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Back to the Future, and all of that. That's created a bit of attention, which has been great as well. So, yeah.
Yes, I noticed that not just from you guys too, but the 80s has been a huge music impact with a lot of people these days. And I did not realize that the 80s was actually a really good impact over there in Australia. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, it's massive. I mean, from what I understand, I think Australia was one of the first, Madonna's first single was picked up here first. So yeah, there's a lot, the 80s revival scene kind of thing, there's a lot of 80s tribute bands and that going around here in Australia. So there's a big 80s thing going on still, which is nice. So, yeah.
Okay, I thought Spider had a question.
Oh no, I was listening intently.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so I know Spider asked you who was your influences in the pop ages, but you talk about lots about the 80s genre a great deal, because you said it influenced Australia a great deal. So I'm not too sure if you mentioned this, but is there any, instead of the besides the music of the 80s, is there any kind of TV shows or anything like that actually influenced you on some of your music as well? I
think, I I was fairly young in the 80s, but I had older sisters, and I do remember TV shows like there was Miami Vice and Family Ties and all that going on, and all that stuff's embedded in my head one way or the other. But also, I think one of my favourite movies is Back to the Future, and I never got to see it when it came out. I was too young, but I rediscovered that movie, and I love it. And I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off and all these other movies that were. There was Big Trouble in Little China, the Kurt Russell film, and then there was the Eddie Murphy films, and I ended up discovering all these things, and I really love it. I love the style of the music. There was obviously a lot of materialistic things going on back then, and stuff that Madonna touched on with her material world stuff, and so it seems like a very interesting time. And I love some of the sounds that came out of it. The keyboard riffs and the choruses that were just big.
Right.
Verse. A nice riff, a nice little verse, and straight to some of these choruses that were out. Some of these bands like Duran Duran, Simple Minds, and I think it would have been a great time to be a bit older back then.
Oh yeah.
Well, I remember growing up during the 80s, we had a lot of... I, of course, was born in the really early 80s, so I was able to experience most of it as I grew up. And a lot of things happened. There was so much going on in the music scene and in the world at the time, and they kind of coincided a little bit. There was a lot of the leftover rebellion from the 60s and 70s still kind of going around. There was... a lot of post-Cold War kind of sentiments and things, and there was kind of a push towards harsher, kind of more directly angry-sounding music than there was before. In the 60s and 70s, you had angry music, but it didn't sound angry. It was angry words to relatively nice music for the most part. And then in the 80s, they changed that up. The music started sounding dirtier, the early electronic sound was really kind of undeveloped, and so it all sounded just really, really different than what had come before. And it's interesting to see how we're kind of in a similar place right now, as far as the world is kind of a pretty angry place right now in a lot of places. And the music has kind of come in a bit of a circle, and we're getting more of those 80s influences, although this time around a lot of the 80s influence is on the more pop friendly, more the lighter synth kind of stuff, so it's actually more an attempt to kind of not capitalize on the angry part,